Okay, so my friend Simon, linked to his channel up here, just challenged me to post one video per week for a month. And we will both be doing this challenge, and should one of us not post one in any week, then they will have to send the other a €50 fine. I say, challenge accepted.
Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Victor and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk to you about a couple of, let's call them EDC items for filmmakers. I'm calling them EDC for lack of a better word, but realistically you wouldn't be carrying these on your person every day. This is just what you should, in my opinion, always have on you when you're on set, because these are items that help me a lot and I think they would help you too. So, starting off, we have this right here. This is the Gerber armbar, and it's a multi-tool. It's a very small, compact multi-tool, but most importantly for me is it has bit driver. So this is super nice whenever you're on set, because you basically can have a screwdriver ready to go with whatever bit attachment you want right in your pocket or in your AC pouch. So this one is really nice because it's compatible with all normal sized bits, not the mini bits, and you can just have stored inside of it any one bit that you use most frequently. For example, here I have a large flathead, which is used in most 1/4" screws, for example for your tripod plate or a number of other accessories that you can screw into your rig. You can also couple it with one of these. These just hold any number of bits you like, and you can put here some Allen key sized ones as well. So those hex ones, you can put Phillips heads, you can put whatever you want. So this is super nice. Of course, being a multi-tool, it also has a blade, which is just handy to have in general. You know, you need to cut some tape, you've attached your lav mic receiver to your tripod with tape, and now you need to cut it. This will get the job done pretty quickly. So overall, super nice, very small, fits in your pocket. Yeah, I really recommend it. Up next, I have a flashlight, but because it's not very practical to be holding a flashlight, this is a headlamp. And this specific one, in my opinion, is one of the greatest ones you can get for filmmaking. It's very simple, and I didn't know about it until I stumbled upon it in a sports store. But I really love this. So it doesn't have your normal flat kind of belt-like loop. It just has a little elastic string, and it's super comfortable, very easy to put on. You can also put it around your neck. And the nice thing about this is, I'm gonna try to show it, but basically the plastic frame on this is separate from the body itself, so it can twist independently when it's sitting on your forehead. And that makes it very easy to adjust the angle that you're shining your light at, which is really great, because maybe you're working on something that's below your eye line, maybe you're working on something that's above your eye line, so you can just adjust the angle however you need. It also has 3 intensity settings, so this is low, medium, and high. And once you turn it off, you'll see there's a little LED here that also shows you the level. So green means you have full battery, yellow is medium, and red is low, you should charge it. It's USB rechargeable, so that's also quite nice and handy, and the battery honestly lasts quite a lot. I usually use it on the medium setting. Very rarely do I use it on the bright, because it's very bright. But if you're dropping a screw between some crates, then that's pretty useful. But don't expect a lot of battery life out of the very bright one. And then if you hold the on button, it has a red mode. So this one is, again, pretty handy if, say for example, you're shooting in a very dark environment and you don't want to blast the light into someone's eyes, or you don't want your eyes to adjust to a bright level and then have to wait for them to adjust back down, red light is very useful when you're just trying to work in the dark. So yeah, that's this one. It's made from Petzl, which I think is usually a climbing brand if I'm not mistaken, but very useful. Can't recommend this one enough. Up next we have these little 1/4 inch screw to cold shoe adapters. Now these are quite nice for a number of reasons. If you have any cold shoe accessories for your camera, you can just screw this anywhere on your rig, on your cage, and just be good to go right then and there. So this is stuff from monitor mounts to microphones to any other number of accessories, and then this kind of becomes like a quick release system. This particular one doesn't really have a lock, it just has this knob that you press and then it can slide out, but it's not the safest thing in the world. I mean, it works most of the time, but if you have a very heavy accessory on it, don't expect this to save it if you don't lock it down. But they're just really nice to rig something up spontaneously. I've used this particular one a lot on gimbals, right? So if you have a monitor with a cold shoe monitor mount on your camera, and then you go on a gimbal and you can't always balance it with the monitor on it, or you can't always see the monitor when the monitor is on it, you just put this on the side and then it just slots right in. So that's the way I use this most of the times. But it's very, very nice. Really recommend grabbing a couple of these. The next thing on the list is this right here. This is a tactical pen from Nitecore. It's the NTP-21. I'm not recommending this as a tactical pen in general, but what I just really, really like about this particular one is it has a waterproof cap. So you can unscrew it and you see here there's an O-ring. It writes really well. It's very comfortable. It's made from aluminum, but most importantly, it takes Schneider refills. I think it's gel refills, so that means they're waterproof once you write, so you can't smudge over it. I use these, for example, with Write in the Rain notebooks. So that means if I have a shot list, for example, in a Write in the Rain notebook, written with this, I know, one, the page will last, it's waterproof paper, but also what I write on it won't get smudged or wiped off. So in that sense, I like these a lot more than, say, an iPad or a phone, because if you're outdoors and it rains, then you're basically covered and you don't have to worry about your iPad getting wet. So really, really nice. These are also not an expensive thing, but I think it's great to just always have on hand. Up next, this is a comfort thing, and it really only applies if you're living in an area that is cold or that gets cold at some point during the year and you need to shoot outdoors. These are fingerless gloves, so you still have very nice control over all of your buttons when you need to on your camera and your touchscreen. But then when you're shooting, right, say you're on a shoulder rig, you can just close the flap and close the thumb, and your fingers are protected from the cold. And these flaps are held with magnets, so this isn't gonna just flop around. It's gonna stay there, out of your way. So yeah, these are really, really nice. They're also pretty affordable. Of course, you can find expensive ones, but I mean, for what I do, I don't need expensive ones. These are just fine. And they work great, they're grippy, they're nice to hold the camera with. So yeah, fingerless with optional finger gloves. And last but not least, it's a comm system. Not necessarily this particular one. This is just a radio that has headphone jack, so you can put headphones in your ears and that's how you can communicate. But I think these are very nice and you don't notice the difference until you use it, and then you can't really go back. Because no matter where you are, for example, I work as a DP, I can just give one to my gaffer and one to my first AC, and I can always communicate with them. And then if the gaffer is outside or on the other side of the street and he needs to adjust the light, I don't need to yell at him, or we don't need to run back and forth. We can just talk over the comms, and it really minimizes the time that you need because you're always in contact with your crew. So I think a comm system, anything like this that works, is really great and really useful. So now you can see in front of me all the things we talked about in today's video. As you can see, it's all quite small. I mean, the largest thing are really the gloves, and these are going to be on your hand. But these items do not take up a lot of space. To be honest, you don't even need a bag. If you have cargo pants, this will fit in your pockets just fine. And they're all reasonably affordable things. I mean, I think probably the most expensive thing here is the radio. Everything else is under 30 bucks. And they're really great. It saves you in a pinch. It makes a good impression when you're on set and the producers see that you're prepared. I know it shouldn't matter, but it does. Yeah. I just think these are really nice to have, and I recommend you get some too. Alright, well, thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time. You can interchange it with any size Phillips head screwdriver. Is it called a Phillips? No.